connect to our database and we will save our user into a database. So for that I just created a file inside our classes folder, that is dbconnect.php, and this is a class, and this class contains a constructor function. The constructor is the function that is used to initialize the object of the class. So as soon as the object is created, it will get initialized with the database connection here, this code, and the connection is being made with the help of PDO, that is PHP data objects. It is an inbuilt class in PHP which have all the useful and necessary functions to create connection to the database and manipulate data inside the database. So it really makes it easy, and it is the latest trend to which you can connect to your database system, and it is secure. So follow this practice. I will give you a link to this file and all the project after this tutorial, so you can get this file easily. So now all you need to do is to change the server user password and database name according to your machine. So I will go to PHP my admin quickly and check my database name. I think I gave tutorials. Just check it. Yes, I gave tutorials. My database name is tutorial. So, and my server's localhost, user is root, and there's no password. So that's all you need to make a change in this file. And as soon as the object of this class is connected, it will automatically get connected to the database, so you can perform your queries, insert, update, delete, and read whatever you want. So now we will create a function that will save the values which are being passed from the registration page to our database server, and all the logic, all the business logic of a code will reside in this file here, in this function. So we'll create a function called save user, which will need username and password, and we will encrypt the password before saving it into the database. If you remember, this is basic authentication to PHP, so we need to first encrypt the password. So new password is equals to password hash, if I'm not forgetting the function is password hash, and it takes two parameters. First is the string to which we want to hash, and we want to hash our password here, and the second is the type of encoding. So we will pass password default for the default encoding, and now this password will be hashed. Now we need to write database query in order to save data into a database. So insert into tlogin. Tlogin is the name of a table. Username, password are the columns in which we need to pass, in which we need to save these values. And values question mark question mark question mark. Here is the placeholder, and why we need placeholder, because it helps us to prevent SQL injections. SQL injection is a form of hacking in which the user can hack your database without actually passing through the way it was meant to be. So for example, if we write username and password directly here, so our user can provide an SQL string in place of password, and what it will do, it will pass as the normal query into a database, and all the data will be fetched and shown to the user, and this is really dangerous and you don't want that. So just pass the placeholder here, and this value will be injected later on when we'll execute this query to the database system. So we have a basic insert query in place. Now we'll create a statement. This db prepare. Now we'll prepare a query. This function resides inside the PDO class to which we made the connection as soon as our as soon as we created our object of this class, and this connection is created and saved in this db variable here, and that's how we access this db variable and the PDO class instance, which contains the prepare function, and we pass the SQL query inside that. So this will in turn pass us a statement that we stole in our statement variable, and then we execute our query, and during the time of execution we'll pass our variables in the same order that we passed in the values. So first is username and the other one is new password. Remember, we encrypted the password, so we want to save the encrypted version of that password, so we are going to pass a new password here in the second field. So this will execute a query into a database, and it will return a boolean value. If this query is successful, then it is going to return true, else it is going to return false, and we are going to return the boolean value that is being received after executing this query into a database system. So we are done here with our database connection and saving the user into a database. Now what we need, we'll go to register user. We are getting the username and password here. Now we'll call that class dbconnect, and we are inside the process folder. So first we need to get out of this folder and then get inside classes and dbconnect to call that file. So to get out of the folder, we will use two dots, two periods, and now we'll write the name of the folder that where our file resides and call the file dbconnect.php. Now we'll create an object of this file, and now we'll call the function that we created, save user, and we'll pass username and password. Now if you remember, we are returning the boolean value of the database. If the query executed successfully, then it will return a true or else a false. So if it is true, then go inside here, else fetch the code written inside the else body. So for now, if the user registration is successful, we'll simply echo out registered successfully echo there was some problemo, giving it a Italian touch. So now check whether it is working or not. So we'll go back, refresh the page, give the username, Varun, password, whatever you want, 1 2 3 for now. Click on register button here. I made a mistake here. Default spelling is not like that. Silly mistakes. Default. And what I wrote is default. I make mistakes. And click continue. And we are registered successfully. So go to our database server and check in the table, and here is the value. You can see here's our username and here is our encrypted password. This is around 60 characters. So we have successfully registered our user into a database system, and in the next video we are going to create a login functionality for our tutorial, and in the later video we are going to wrap it up together to create a robust application. So thanks for watching, guys. Bye.